We've got 3 full-time staff in this park and 3 seasonal staff.
It's always something. From one minute to the next, you're doing something different.
I've worked in 4 different regional parks, and I love this one. I love being here.
Hi, I'm Candice Ng, and you're watching The Sustainable Region. I'm here at Capilano River Regional Park, a true gem in Metro Vancouver's regional park system, used by close to 1 million people a year. The 28 kilometers of trail here are a major draw, and it's no easy feat keeping them all in good shape. Today, we're going to take you behind the scenes to give you an idea of what goes on in this park on a regular basis, the work that goes on here every day, and the people who call this beautiful urban oasis their workplace.
Hi Kim, how are you doing?
Good, you?
Good.
Excellent.
So you're just heading out for rounds?
Yeah.
We've got 3 full-time staff in this park and 3 seasonal staff. In the mornings we do our rounds, which is litter picking, washroom maintenance, monitoring what had gone on the night before. It's a big job in this park. We've got just under 1 million people a year, so it keeps everybody pretty busy.
I just love working outside. Really love that part of it, and you know, like it's always something. From one minute to the next, you're doing something different. Oh, not too bad today. Yay, none of the toilets are plugged. It's a good day at Capilano. There. Okay, this is the part where I get to run back and forth repeatedly. There's a beer can floating in there. Yeah, this paint's way better. Way better than the paint we used last year. Jeffy, you just have to get your little roller in here, buddy.
In there?
In between there. You could be building a bridge on a trail, and then you're cleaning up daylilies, or you're cleaning a washroom, or, you know, helping somebody with first aid. It could be anything. This is a little bit of overkill, but where somebody gets it in the eye.
I've worked in 4 different regional parks, and I love this one. I love being here, and all my staff would probably tell you the same thing. It's just an enjoyable place to work. We like taking care of the area and making it safe for everybody. So, how's it going?
Oh, we're winning.
Yeah,
good. Nice day. So we'll start, Colin, I guess we'll just start scooting bags right down there. We may as well pour.
Okay.
Okay, right beside it.
This happened back in February, and these 3 hemlock trees came down on this end of the viewpoint, the lower end, and crashed down through it. Obviously, heavy destruction of the viewpoint, broke all the timbers, the decking, all that kind of stuff.
When we came here, we just had to kind of clean up the mess and see what we were dealing with. And we just basically uncovered the old structure and started pulling out a lot of the broken boards and concrete and what have you. And now we're just putting all new material. We've got 3 people working here right now, and we'll probably be in for a week to 10 days, something like that. I was a park operator here about 20 years ago now, and it's always nice to come back to this park in particular. It's just such a beautiful space. We really enjoy being down in the canyon here, especially on a hot day like today. It's nice and cool and a bit of shade, and always a pleasure to come back into Capilano.
Yeah, we're replacing this bench, replacing the bench and then putting in a new one.
The day-to-day work changes. I develop a program that tells us what we're going to be doing that year. We vary from that because things come up. Stairs get broken, there's flooding of trails, or anything that needs to be repaired.
Okay, we can just set it right about there, I guess. Okay. As everything, just keeps wearing out and getting older, so we have to, just keep up the fencing, and that's the worst part. Then a lot of our upper trails and that, and even this one here, we've had to resurface several years ago. So you're just constantly bringing in more gravel and filling in, and everything washes away. So, and then we have the new benches, the replacement benches. So there's lots of stuff, and the last few days we've had a whole bunch of rails that we've had to replace. Last winter we had lots of trees coming down, took out lots of fencing and rails. So Corey and I have been doing that for the last 3 days and just getting them all up to scratch.
Yeah, like we could sit this right at the back if we wanted to.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot better. Give us a try. There, nice and stable.
Good work, Ron.
The park is 144 hectares, and it's a river canyon park. It goes from here to the dam down to the tidewater. Our trail leads into the West Vancouver Trail, so it takes you down the Elmo side.
Isn't this great? This is beautiful. And the view. I mean, I love this down here. Yeah, when you can look right down the river. Isn't that beautiful?
We have 28 kilometers of trail. 26 of those are walking trails, and 2 kilometers of walking and cycling trails. We have a lot of dog walkers, and this park has always been dog on leash. I just talked to a lady across the dam who was a runner and had 2 dogs. It's been getting worse. There's been more dogs here. A lot of people aren't aware of the damage their dogs can do when they go off trail that ways. I mean, there's a lot of small creatures and plants and animals that get impacted. So, I mean, a lot of people aren't aware of that. That's the crux of the problem. I mean, the municipalities around us are enforcing their laws, and people are coming here, so we have to do it as well.
You look around at the scenery, you can tell why you'd come up here. It's fantastic. Since we've got him, we're up here every day. So there's very few dogs around, so he can run pretty freely, and the paths on the other side of the trails are fantastic. So he loves getting in there and sniffing around and checking everything out. Come on, let's go.
Look, it's a puppy. Hello, hi.
I come here to go to Shingle Bolt Trail. It's a beautiful place. The forest feels majestic, and I love the way the light comes through the canopy.
Oh, let's go down this trail to the left. Come on, Toby. We'll go down to the hatchery. So well signed. Yeah, no, it's great.
So this is our sorting basin, and I'm going to fill this up with water and a little bit of anesthetic. And after the fish have been knocked out in the fish bath, this is where they're ultimately going to end up. Now we just wait for the fish to get knocked out. You'll start to see them get a little sleepy in probably 10 minutes or so. So this water is pretty much ready. These are coho salmon. There are some hatchery fish in here, which means that they were reared as juveniles at this facility and incubated here. And there are some fish that are wild. This fin is the adipose. In a hatchery setting, they are clipped. and that way we can distinguish whether or not they originated here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually send all of these fish that have adipose clips down this tube, and they're going to go into this pond here and they'll be destined for the watershed. What Metro Vancouver has been doing is over the last several years they've been trying to provide a safe passage to the baby salmon basically that are in the watershed. And so instead of letting them go over the dam, they've been putting some traps up in the watershed, and they capture the juveniles and then they mark the juveniles so we can keep track of them and see how they're contributing to the overall stock.
We've been given the direction by our board to try to reduce the smolt mortality. The smolts are the young salmon which are out migrating from the upper watershed back out to the ocean. En route, they have to go over the spillway of Cleveland Dam. We have a number of rocks that have accumulated over the years at the base of Cleveland Dam, and they create obstacles. So we're basically taking those big rocks and making them into smaller rocks safely.
Fire.
Daily life can be the same old, but it doesn't have to be.
This wildlife tree behind us?
Discoveries are nearby in the park programs of Metro Vancouver Regional Parks. Informative, inspiring, rewarding. Dozens of park programs are scheduled all year in Metro Vancouver's 21 regional parks. Go to www.metrovancouver.org to find a regional park program near you.
Hi, I'm Robert Bateman. I've been playing around out in nature and painting nature all my life, but I got serious when I was 12. What we need to do in our society, all of us need to do, including me, we need to slow down. If there's a Metro Vancouver park near you, and I bet there is, get out there and enjoy it.
Welcome back to the Sustainable Region and our documentary about Capilano River Regional Park. We've already shown you some of the daily maintenance here and what a huge job it is maintaining these much-loved trails. But the park is more complex than that. It hosts weddings and youth camps and tour groups from around the globe. And it's not just home to a fish hatchery, it's also the site of one of 3 Metro Vancouver reservoirs responsible for about 40% of our drinking water.
My name is Chris Lang, and I'm the operations engineer for one of 4 areas within the GVRD, and this area happens to be the North Shore. And I think it's definitely one unique feature of the Cleveland Dam and Capilano Lake, Capilano Reservoir, to have it nestled within all these other urban features such as Capilano Park and having the DFO hatchery. And I really think it's quite tremendous. It's a good fit. The Cleveland Dam was built in 1953, and it was built to impound water for drinking water purposes, for the domestic use within the urban areas in the Greater Vancouver region. Now we're in the middle of a project where we are going to have the ability in 2 more years to pump this water from Capilano Reservoir over to the newly built Seymour filtration plant and then filter it there if there's any turbidity concerns like happened in 2006, and then that would be returned back here and distributed domestically in the system as perfectly clean water here.
There we go.
We have a helicopter landing site just outside our service yard there. Metro Vancouver Water District operations crew have a series of alpine lakes up in the watershed. At this time of the year, these lakes are all tapped so they can drain those lakes into Capilano Lake. So they've been doing some maintenance on these 3 or 4 lakes they have up there. So they've been flying in and out of here the last couple of days. I actually flew about a month ago with them up to the lakes and just had a look at a few lakes up there. This one right here. So you can see there's a few of them leading out, but he said it was a cottonwood. It was right by the highway sign, so it's got to be this one here.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
This is pretty suspect.
Well, the issue is North Van District identified this to me as a hazard to the Capilano Road. And this is our property here. We need to look at these trees and make sure they're not going to fall out on the road. If it is on our land, then we'll come down with our arborist and take care of it. The tree is pretty thick in there. Hello, Marilyn.
Oh, hello, Ron.
Could I'm just in the middle of something here. Could I call you back? Okay, yeah, bye.
Over there.
How are your satellites?
I was able to get one.
Oh, you did?
Yep,
Eh?
I had 5 satellites at the time.
Oh, okay, good. So then we could be really accurate with that thing. All right.
So what's going to happen now is going to go take this back to the office, sync it up with the GIS program, plot it onto the map, and then I'll send you copies of them electronically with distances where we are in relation to the tree.
Okay.
So one will have a distance from the road, one will have a distance from that transmission pole.
Yeah.
And then I'll have a close-up of the area as well as a larger scale picture.
And some lot lines.
It'll have the park boundary as well as the property lot lines on it as well.
Good.
Great.
So we'll see that, when are we going to see that?
Monday. You'll have first thing Monday.
Okay.
Awesome.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good.
What's up today? We had an unfortunate incident where we got calls late at night from the RCMP telling us that our washroom was ablaze, and as it turns out, folks were able to get into the washroom after hours and light a small fire in the waste container, and from there it carried into the roof, and we actually lost the washroom building. So it was during the Olympics, and we were upset by it, and we wanted to put on our best face for the special occasion there. However, it is what it is. So are we on target for completion? Yeah?
Yeah, just a few hours. Probably like 3-4 hours we'll be done.
Great. Okay, well, we won't keep you.
All right.
Thanks so much.
All right.
You're welcome. Yeah. Good luck. That was a very isolated incident. I think most people are very respectful of this park, so we feel pretty good about that.
Yeah.
We do a wedding, at least one wedding a week up there in the months of July through August. Regional parks, Heather speaking. Which park were you interested in? Okay, the Cleveland Dam Field. I think people generally want to get married up there because of the spectacular view of the lions is probably the main reason, not to mention the reservoir below. So it's a very picturesque setting.
There we go. You're lucky.
It's just one of the most beautiful, picturesque places in North Vancouver, and we're from North Van, and our daughter grew up, and her fiance grew up, or her husband now, grew up here, and we had looked at several venues, and this was available, and we're so thankful that it was, and it was a perfect venue for her dream wedding.
I've been here for almost 17 years now, so I've booked thousands of weddings for people, and I do get a good sense of accomplishment from my job, and from doing that I enjoy it. Well, we do facility rentals for all of our parks out of this office. Camp Capilano is a very integral part of what goes on at Capilano River. Those reservations are all booked through this office. Our main clientele is school groups, guides and scouts, church youth groups. Some of our youth initiatives, we use it for our Catching the Spirit program. So there's quite a varied amount of groups that would be coming up there to use the camp.
So they're able to easily overtake native species of the area and can cause...
Camp Capilano was constructed in 1946, so it's a pretty old building. It can accommodate 44 guests. I've run into people that are adults that remember going there when they were kids. It's been around for a long time.
It's going to be pretty close.
Catching the Spirit works by enabling youth between the ages of 12 and 18 to actively engage in their park. And we have a few different principles. One of them is to promote stewardship in the park. And this is the project we're taking part in today. We're fence building here. But the main goal of Catching the Spirit, I suppose, is to help youth engage with natural places outdoors, primarily in the regional parks around Vancouver.
How about we all give ourselves a gigantic round of applause for achieving... Yeah! The most any Catching the Spirit.
I've been overseeing this park for about 17 years now, and it's hard to express how you measure the smiles on people's faces, but that's a good day for me when I see a lot of people out here walking their dogs, enjoying their families, having picnics. It's very rewarding to see that kind of joy coming out of our folks here.
We have a lot of tourists that come here because we're on the tourist route from the Suspension Bridge, Grouse Mountain and all that, so we have a lot of tour buses that come in.
The park's fantastic. Really is very spectacular.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. If you want to sell British Columbia, this is the shot.
It's just beautiful, spectacular. Even with the clouds, it's lovely.
I thought it was great. Yeah, enjoyed it a lot. We went down to the fisher hatchery. Yeah.
It's beautiful actually. It's a great place. I really like the nature around here. So yeah, great place.
It's lovely. Trees and nature is beautiful, and I've never seen things like that. It's very good made and very nice.
This area here is, you know, a beautiful area for photographs, and a lot of people come in here and photograph.
I come from Korea.
Yeah. So your first time here?
Yes, first time.
What do you think of the park?
Oh, very beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. Very, very. 뭐라고 말을 못하겠다.
Fresh experience.
Yeah, they don't
Like everything's supposed to be that, right? And we didn't have the.
How was the dump? Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, surprise, surprise. Was it really that bad in there?
Love it here. Yeah, it's a great group of people to work with. If I could be here every day, I would be.
Actually, here, I just grabbed my water bottle.
We get a lot of positive comments from people thanking us for what we're doing here and all that sort of stuff. And you know, I always pass it on to the crew because they're the ones out there doing all the hard work.
A lot of locals love this park. They see it as their backyard, and we hear about that. People want to maintain their backyard. So we hear them, and we do what we can to make sure that everybody is able to enjoy it.
That's it for this episode. We hope you've enjoyed this inside look into what goes on in our regional parks and the people responsible for keeping them clean and safe for all of us to use. Let us know what you think about our documentary, or tell us what you'd like to see in an upcoming show. You can reach us at 604-436-6794 or by email at sustainableregion@metrovancouver.org. For the Sustainable Region, I'm Candace Ng. Thanks for watching.